Good morning, Dr. Ben Simon, Baruch haba. Share with him the Chayé Moharan, Resh Mem Aleph. We're in Chayé Moharan, Resh Mem Aleph. Then we're going to do a short Gemara today, and then we'll go into Chayé Moharan, B'ezrat Hashem. So just press the play. It's playing. Okay, good morning. We are in Chayé Moharan, Resh Mem Aleph. שמעתי בשמו שאמר, מתי יש לי התבודדות? When Rabbeinu spoke to somebody and he said, when do I have my own התבודדות? When do I have my moment with Hashem? Because it's important to know that the best thing you could do for yourself in the whole world is the best thing. There's not a better thing you could do. Is to spend everyday time to seclude yourself and be alone. That's what you should do. Because life goes so fast and priorities are mixed up and a person doesn't have time to meditate on what he wants. We do what the world tells us we should want, but it's not always what we want. We don't have enough time to introspect and to lead our lives the way we would be happy. What's a perfect life for you? And you, what would you want perfect? Why can't you have the life that you want? Because you don't want it enough. And the reason why you don't want it enough is because you don't have enough time to think about it. You do want it, but you're so busy. But if you would settle down, you would clear everything out. You would be one-on-one with Hashem, and you would have time to speak to Hashem, to your father. Imagine you have a father who's a billionaire. Not only is he a billionaire, he's president. So he's a billionaire and president, and he loves you. He loves you. And he wants to help you with whatever you want. Just present me a plan. Present me a plan. By the way, you know who gave you the desires? Hashem himself. But he wants you to make him partner with you. So that is having quiet time and time to talk to God. So in that time, part of that time is just to settle down, to calm down, because we're so busy we don't have time to think. Disconnect from the craziness. Like Shabbat you disconnect, every day you disconnect. It's a little Shabbat every day. And then in that time, you talk to Hashem about everything you would like, things you regret, things you hope for, things you want to change about yourself. You want to change yourself, your family, your kids, your community, the world. Talk to Hashem. So everybody has to have a time. And by the way, why is that the greatest thing you could do? Because that's going to bring you to all the other good things. That's going to bring you to Torah. That's going to bring you to peace. That's going to bring you to good character traits. That's going to bring you to parnasah. That's going to bring you to everything good. So Hashem wants to help you. He's just waiting for you. Hashem created a system that the way to bring down the blessings is to talk to him. It's in the words. But it has to be real. So you have to introspect. It takes time to introspect. And then it takes time to phrase what you want to say. Sometimes you can't phrase. It's like a kid. It's okay. A father loves a 3-year-old kid who has broken sentences. Some days you'll speak a bit better, some less. But it's just healthy to be alone. Now that's important, okay? Everybody has to put that in their schedule. 20 minutes minimum, better 1 hour, and you can even be the whole day in Hitbodedut. How can it be the whole day in Hitbodedut? You're going to see now. Shamati bishmo shamar. You need to put a tissue in the door to... Shamati bishmo shamar, matai yesh li hitbodedut. Says Rabbeinu, when is my hitbodedut? V'amar, listen well, שבשעה שכל העולם עומדים סביבו ויושב בתוכם, when everybody's there, everybody's around, אז יש לי התבודדות. That's my seclusion. That's a little bit hard to understand. If I'm with you, I'm not secluded. But what if I tell you there's a level that you get to where if you seclude yourself enough with Hashem, and what you're doing basically is reinforcing every day this reminder that it's nothing else except Him. Everything you see is Him. It's easy to do that a little bit when you see a bird and when you see a sky, when you see a flower. You see a river, an ocean, you see it's Hashem. It's not Hashem, it's Hashem creating it, and He's behind it, He's giving it life. But when a person, an animal, you could see that as well, but a person, it's harder because he has free choice, and he could go against what Hashem wants. The wind doesn't go against Hashem, it does what Hashem wants. The bird chirps, it's all from Shemaim. The person that has free choice can go against. So it's hard for you to remember that. But if you do it every day alone, in the wilderness, in your office, in the quiet place, eventually it's going to spill over to the rest of the day, and then you can be amongst people, and you can still be alone with Hashem. And it's not bothering you. And that's what we're learning in Torah Aleph on Wednesday together. That you can see Hashem's message in everything. This morning, this person came over to me. Doesn't usually come over to me. I was sitting here preparing the Gemara, and he wanted to tell me something about his business. And I was listening to him. I'm like, it's not just about his business. It's Hashem wants to tell me something. He wants to tell me something. So I'm there looking at him, and I'm listening, of course, to what he's saying, but I'm also listening, what is Hashem message Hashem is giving me? So he tells me that he has a boss, and the boss is a big, wealthy businessman, and they made a Zoom meeting, and then one day, the boss tells him, by the way, I moved to New York. I said, what, you moved to New York? I thought you lived here. He lives here his whole life. I moved to New York. Went 3 weeks ago, set up everything, business, school, everything. I said, so why didn't you tell me? He says, well, why do you need to know? Why do you need to know? And then he came, he says, you see what the Hasidim? Quiet. Don't talk about what you do. Don't talk. And so he told me, and I'm listening to him, because last week, the Rab Chaim Vital says, don't tell people your mitzvot. Don't tell people your good things. Don't tell them what good things you're doing. Because it takes away the merit, because the guy gives you honor, so you can take away merit, and it takes away the divine, Sata Dishmaya, the help from heaven to be able to do it. Rabbeinu once used to fast the whole week. At a certain point, Rabbeinu was very sick, and he had blood coming out of his eyes and his nose and his ears, as he was fasting from Shabbat to Shabbat, not eating, not at night, zero. But he was usually able to do it easy. One time, he said, because people found out I'm doing it, now it's hard. So I told a few people a certain thing I'm doing good, and I felt I didn't need to say that. The truth is, why did I say it? Because I want to say, if I can do it, you can do it also. Like I'm inspiring you. Example, if you want to give a donation, better to be quiet. But if you're in a place, but your donation is going to get more people to give donations, so say your donation. I'm giving 1,000. Why? So then he's also giving 1,000. He's also giving 1,000. But if you're not amongst people, better to be quiet. So I had a feeling like maybe it's better I should say it so people will also be inspired to do it. But part of me was saying maybe just better to be quiet. Maybe there's a little bit inside of me that's saying, it feels good to know people to give you a pat on the back. Everybody likes a pat on the back. So what was I doing? 99%? What was it? 100% for Shamaim or 99 and 1% for me? And probably more. So this morning when he was telling me, better to keep quiet about what you're doing, that's the message I was getting. And I really was getting that message. I was watching him and I'm like, what does Hashem want to tell me this morning? And since I was living that last few days, like back and forth, should I say, I shouldn't say? Should I try to inspire people with this or should I keep it private? And so here, I feel like Hashem came and told me, this right now, you're on the level of keeping it private. It's that? So can be alone, but in bodedut. I'm sorry, amongst people, but alone. I'm alone with Hashem, even though I'm with you. So if that's true with seeing the message, it could also be true with talking to Hashem. So Rabbeinu said, I can be alone amongst thousands of people. Everybody's here and I'm alone with Hashem. Try it, practice it. The Baal Shem Tov says, do this exercise. Go be in a quiet place, cleave yourself to Hashem. There's nothing else. And then go speak to somebody and keep in mind Hashem in the background the whole time so that you're aware that you're speaking to somebody and Hashem is there and Hashem is really creating this conversation. If you do that enough, you're going to be in the habit of seeing and you're going to know wonderful things. You can know secrets. Hashem can always give you secrets. So that's what Rabbeinu is saying. I'm able to have Yitbodedut even when I'm completely alone. And I'm able to speak to Hashem when I'm completely alone. There's a Gemara, it's one of my favorite Gemarot. It's very small. It says in the Masechet Megillah. You saw? Where are you guys up to? Everest. So Esther HaMalka has a Suda with Achashverosh and Haman. Haman's trying to destroy Am Yisrael. Achashverosh is there with the Suda with Esther. Second day, Esther, what do you want? What's the matter? There's a person that's trying to kill us, and if it would have been just to make us slaves, I would have been quiet, but there's a person who wants to annihilate me and my people. And so it says, Achashverosh, Mi zehu ve'ezehu. Who is it? And so the Gemara says that she put her finger, and she's going to say, there's a double language, I'm forgetting the language. Ish tsar ve'oyev, Haman harasha, something like that. Haman haraze. So Ish tsar ve'oyev, it was really Achashverosh. She was pointing at him and saying, you! And then an angel came and moved her finger to be pointing towards Haman. Ish tsar ve'oyev, Haman haraze. So it ended up being, it's all Haman. But she was going to say two things. She was going to say, it's you, Rasha. You're the Hitler over here, and this henchman over here. Both of you. So the Gemara says, so Gabriel Amalach had to do that because it's not appropriate to tell the king. Yeah, he's the one trying to kill. Oh, was somebody trying to kill you? Who could it be? You know very well. You stamped the paper, you Rasha. So why in the world would she do that? Isn't that dangerous? So the Gaon Mibuna says like this: the tzaddikim, who is doing it? And she sees Hashem. Okay, it's Ed Ratzon. Hashem is telling her, who's going to save you? Who's the one that you want me to take care of? Hashem, this Rasha over here. But it's Haman, Achashverosh himself is asking, who is it? But she doesn't see Achashverosh. She's talking to Hashem. She's with him. She's with Haman. She's everybody. She's with Hashem. Hashem, it's this guy over here. Take care of him. Now, since we're in a world, she can be on that level. So in the world, but so we point the finger over here. Is that where we can get to? So you can even be talking to Hashem. And Rabbeinu even spoke about Torahs. We have to dress up the Torah in a prayer. You dress up the prayer in a mashal, in a story. So some of the Torahs that the tzaddik is saying, when he's saying Dvar Torah, sometimes he's actually praying to Hashem. It's very amok. Sometimes the tzaddik could be saying something to you, but he's really asking Hashem for something. And so you can be alone in Ibodut with Hashem. And Rabbeinu is going to speak about screaming. Because part of the Ibodut is a scream. And why is a scream part of the Ibodut? Because a scream is the highest expression of I am helpless. I cannot help myself. So you scream to the one who could help you. So screaming is actually good in Ibodut. I don't personally scream loud. I'm not a screamer. But I scream silent. And you ever in Uman? The eyes in Uman? What is that eye? What are you doing? You guys are crazy? No. I'm drowning. You have a boat over there. I'm sinking. And I'm screaming to you to get me out of the water. So we're screaming to Hashem, Tatziloti. So you can scream also wherever you are. You can scream in a meeting. So Rabbeinu is going to say how you do it. You can scream silent in your mind. Because the effect of the scream, it works on you. When you scream to Hashem, you realize you need Him. And then once you realize you need Him, that's when He steps in. When you still think you can do, so take care of Him. When you say, Hashem, you're the only one I can take care of, that's when He comes in. So the scream is actually the biggest expression of bitachon. So you can scream silently to yourself. You can actually hear it in your mind. And it's a big release and it's a big nachat. So we have to do a lot of itbodedut, truly alone, to eventually get to the point where we can be itbodedut when we're amongst people. Chazak u'baruch.